Hello and welcome back to Spiderbyte64. Yep, I'm back, and I know it's almost the end of the month, and I've just been really busy, folks. So I want to tell you guys about Spiderweb, which is my weekly YouTube channel where you guys can comment down below, and once a week I'll do a video. I'll take some time out of my busy schedule to answer some questions, and I would see what I can. I talk about the questions, like what I do and like what I can just like what goes on within an episode or what happens. But I got inspired by one of my friend's videos, and I was inspired after the Spider. I was inspired by the Spider-Man thing to do my own little redesign. So, but yeah, if you all recall, I did remember when Taylor claimed that I challenged him to doing a comic redesign. He's actually right.
Friend Spiderbyte64, you would know him from that review I did of Spider-Man 2000, like back in the day. Feels like it's been so long, but it really hasn't. Anyway, so he contacted me and showed off a bunch of his superhero redesigns that he's done recently, and I'll go ahead and link them in the description so you can see them. And he challenged me to go ahead and remake a superhero. And I thought that would be fun, so I decided to go for it, but I didn't want to do a really, really popular hero. Everyone does that. And I wanted to find the most obscure character I could and give him a complete redesign and see if I can breathe a little life back into the character. And as I was searching, I found one, and I'm really excited about it. Her name is Randy Shizuroker. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Starts with an S, Jorokkeer. Shizuroker, I think.
But yeah, I saw the whole episode, and I give him credit that he actually chose something different. I even messaged him immediately right after watching this. I said, "Hey, congratulations! Really cool." He even got posted on this comic book website thing. I thought that was pretty awesome. Yeah, but my art style is scrapbook style, where I just take existing things and turn them into something different. Yeah, some of them are already existing. I take old concept art of stuff and use it as a template, make different characters out of it. Yeah. But I think it was because of Guardians of the Galaxy, it kind of encouraged me, and I was learning Photoshop at the time, and that kind of reason I kind of went to multimedia was doing this. But yeah, this was my very first superhero of all time, Starblade. Yeah, as you can tell, I use a Shredder helmet, Star-Lord mask. Yeah, it has a Shredder look to him, but I thought it looked kind of awesome. And yeah, he has a Zerg ion blaster, but I thought it looked awesome, and I kind of want to continue doing that, so that's what I wanted to do. Without further ado, let's take a look at my comic redesigns. We start off with the DC heroes. We begin our superhero redesign with Superman, the Man of Steel. He represents truth, justice, and the American way. Okay, so as you see, I used the head based off of Christopher Reeve, because the first one's my favorite movie of all time, and this suit has more of a red, white, and blue design. It really does pop out, and even though he is a Canadian invention, it really does kind of work, so it has a really cool design. Yeah, you can see a little bit of Man of Steel suit design in there. But I will say this, Superman is one of my favorite superheroes of all time, and it kind of fits well. So, out of all the superheroes so far, this is actually one of the best. Batman, one of the most famous DC superheroes ever. I used the head of Val Kilmer's Batman Forever because Batman Forever, in my opinion, is the best Batman movie ever. The design is just more like a simple Batman design. Yeah, nothing much to say, although I should have fixed that little white spot. This is a PNG file, so yeah, I was supposed to clear that up, but other than that, Not a bad looking Batman design. Wonder Woman. Yeah, this is the Gal Gadot theme. I like that movie, and I can't wait for the sequel. Her body has a full sleeve shirt, because I think they do that in the comics sometimes. But it doesn't look too bad. It's still the red and blue. Didn't really add the white. Yeah, so her costume is a bit revealing, but I think it's just because, like, for mobility, she still has the lasso of truth. Wonder Woman is really kind of an interesting character. Always loved her in Justice League and in the movie, and I will confess, the movie's not that bad, in my opinion. But other than that, it's a wonder why this woman is so popular. Should I say that, or would I get in trouble? The Flash. It's a good show. You have to forgive this. This was done very late. I love the faceplate for Flash, and I thought it was kind of like a really nice choice. Yeah, so the arms were kind of cropped, and they were kind of pixely, and didn't clean that up very well. I don't really consider it my best one, but Taylor kind of liked it, so I'm kind of glad he liked it. But not a bad design, and not a bad character. Go watch the show. Green Lantern. I liked the movie. I know people didn't like it, but I thought it was okay. Okay, for Green Lantern, I kind of went with a Iron Man-esque design. You can see that about the green, you can just totally tell. Yeah, it's trying to be like a flashy, Iron Man-esque design. That's the thing about me. I kind of like I like Iron Man suits because they're pretty awesome. So yeah, this is just green. Again, the pixelated stuff I have to apologize for. You can't find clean PG. When you're trying to make PNGs, you gotta remember that you have to clean these up. But remember, these were taken and redesigned, so you have to understand. I guess, and it's kind of cool. And I actually own the green ring, blue ring, and the death ring. So yeah, pretty cool. And that pretty much just finishes up our DC Heroes. Yeah, this is a really good episode, but for now, let's say thank you to our DC Heroes for participating. And now, on to the Marvel Heroes. All-time favorite Marvel superhero. This one is my most proud because I actually did all the webbing on this one, still keeping his red and blue with the spider. Spider doesn't look too bad. And yeah, with the recent news of Spidey, I was a little upset. I almost didn't consider doing him because of this, but well, hopefully things work out. I wanted to see him in the MCU. But yeah, we see that he still kind of holds that original Spider-Man design. And this is my first time trying to do the accurate webbing design on Spider-Man, so I think I did a pretty good job on that. And, yeah, I love Spider-Man. Hopefully it works out. Star-Lord. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm kind of glad I saw it, and I love the franchise to this day. I love Star-Lord, and he became my favorite ever since. I kind of went with the cowboy hat and the blue coloring because it kind of, looks kind of better. And I love the helmet design, and I think that's, one of the reasons I love Star-Lord. I know a lot of people hate Star-Lord, but I think it's because, what happened in Infinity War. Look, it's not his fault, it was just something that had to happen. That's normal. So I gave him some rocket boots, it's very difficult making trench coat characters, but worth it. Iron Man. Yeah, this one's, pretty interesting. I love the helmet design look, where it has, those little lines. Looks pretty cool. The shoulders are reminiscent of the 80s version, and we have his top half has the original color design, while the newer version has more of the darker, blacker colors, with slicker boots and that were more gadgets. And it's really kind of cool looking. I love Iron Man. He was one of the original. He technically helped create the MCU. Thank you, Robert Downey Jr., and thank you, Iron Man. We love you 3000. Thor. Yeah, this one's not my best designed, but As you can see, I used Miguel's face from El Dorado, and look, I already did the same thing with Loki with Tulio. It kind of fits perfectly. Yeah, I tried to do a shirtless guy with like Stormbreaker because I like that one. Even though I could have went with Mjolnir, I decided to go with Stormbreaker. Just a simple design, and I chose the helmet out of like Ragnarok because I thought that was the best helmet. Thor, the strongest Avenger, and that kind of concludes our Marvel heroes. And now the others. Deadpool. Another favorite character of mine, well, recently. I've noticed Deadpool for a while, but I also really enjoyed the Ryan Reynolds movies. It was a great casting choice. I took the armor from Night Monkey from the MCU and added it and made some Deadpool coloring to it. As you notice that the mask had stitches on the mouth, well, it's supposed to be a joke / reference to that, like done in a good way. Like, it doesn't sew his mouth shut, but it just like shows like the have a smile on your face while I kill you. I'm gonna be honest with you, I should have like outlined it so that you could see it not through this like ugly background. But that's our mark of the mouth. Yep, Ryan Reynolds. Spawn. This is really cool. And I kind of made this design years ago, actually. This was during college time. So I took like the symbol like his villain, and then after he was made like general. The cool design is more like Iron Man-esque. You can tell by those boots. Yeah, those are the same ones. The cool cape, mask is still the same. Other than that, cool character from Hell. Hellboy. Yeah, I know, yes, I've seen the new movie. I thought it was okay-ish. I still enjoy Guillermo del Toro's, which his design is technically from. And he still has that right hand of Doom from del Toro's, but still having that kind of like, still looks good. The coat is not really the best feature because of like the outline. I tried finding a cleaner version of it on PNG, but it doesn't work. Hellboy. Not a bad character. And that concludes the other heroes. Actually, this includes all the heroes. I would like to say that before we get to the villains, but right now we got a commercial break. And I saw the poll from last episode. You guys want to see more Toy Story treats. So I am actually going to go do this because that's really, I think you guys deserved it. You guys deserve it. You really do. And now, time for some Toy Story shorts.
Go fish.
Calling Buzz Lightyear! The world's greatest toy just got better! New Cybersonic Buzz! Says over 15,000 word combinations.
A photon grenade. Hit the deck.
Battle Scar Buzz with ultra damage.
Ooh, that'll leave a mark.
Skyrunner Buzz. It really flies.
Wow.
Buzz is light years better than before. Complete your collection today.
There's something to be said for the original.
And that's something as yard sale.
And we're back. And now, to start off part 2, let's look at our DC villains. To start off our DC villains, here's Lex Luthor. You see, I gave him his red hair because that's what he had in the comics. He has an orange ring that represents when he was like a part of the Orange Lantern Corps, and the colors are reminiscent of his original suit. And here's his big suit. Yeah, it's a Hulkbuster, but I did some coloring from his Justice League Action armor to his original armor. But it doesn't look too bad, and knowing Lex, he would want it the size to be bigger is better to destroy Superman. Lex Luthor. Just a bad guy. The Joker, one of Batman's feared villains, the Clown Prince of Crime. Stitched up face based off of Gotham's Cameron. I never saw the show, but I've seen the clips. His costume is best similar to Jack Nicholson's. His body type is actually comes from Robbie Rotten from Lazy Town. Rest in peace, Stephen Carl Stevenson. Great guy. and hopefully, I could totally see Mark Hamill voicing this character. But if you like him this way, you should like him with his hat. He comes with a hat. The Joker. Catwoman. Now this costume is actually based off her hero costume, Guardian of Gotham. I used Anne Hathaway's head, gave her curly hair, and her costume is exactly the same as her Guardian of Gotham costume. I thought this was a good choice, and it's using Michelle Pfeiffer body to help build it. So, good choice and good story. Recommend it. Mr. Freeze. This design is one of my favorite designs I did for the DC villains. Having his original helmet, he still has the Schwarzenegger-looking helmet. The faceplate is because you can't talk very well in ice, so he has a voice modulator to help him talk. His suit's reminiscent of Warp Dark Matter from Buzz Lightyear Star Command. It's a very bulky suit, but it looks really cool. One of my favorite designs, and I'm so glad I got to work on this. Mr. Freeze, Batman's coldest villain. Sinestro, leader of the Sinestro Corps, the power of fear. Yeah, this one was not my best. Yeah, at least I tried. His suit is not bad looking. It's just a Green Lantern suit just colored yellow, I will admit that. Not my best, but hey, I'm trying. And that's all I could say is that I'm trying. And that's Sinestro. And that's pretty much our DC villains. What they normally look like, and then their alternate look. Now we move on to the Marvel villains. Mysterio. I love Far From Home, and I think the reason I kind of like Mysterio is because of his helmet. It has a Buzz Lightyear-esque helmet to it. So I kind of gave it a more mystical look, and yeah, the suit is kind of reminiscent of the MCU version. I'm kind of glad MCU did a very good job with the design. I wish for a 12-inch figure of Mysterio, from that movie, because he's really awesome. Other than that, great character, great design. One of my favorites. Green Goblin. And yes, I went with the helmet design of Goblin Dafoe. Look, I think that version is so much better than the comics because at least it looks more accurate and more realistic. The suit has a bit of these tubes that help him shoot blasters out of his fingers because that's what he does in the comics. It makes more sense. His suit does have that green and purple design, and well, Goblin Dafoe will always be the best. Loki, Thor's brother. And yeah, like I said, Tulio is the model for Loki, while I use Miguel for Thor. Makes sense. It kind of fits perfectly, and yeah, I kind of went with the MCU look, his Thor Ragnarok look. But other than that, it looks fine. I will say this, I do consider him as a good guy now, ever since Infinity War, because he did kind of help out, and he deserves his credit. Magneto. Or, as I like to call him when I was a little kid, Magneto. I thought it was weird. The helmet is from First Class, one of my favorite X-Men films. He has his white beard, he has the purplish colors from his original. Yes, those are the same boots from the Mysterio model, but I thought it looked cool, and he has an M on his chest for Magneto. And that pretty much concludes our Marvel villains. And now we just move on to the other villains. Karl Ruben Cronin, Hitler's top assassin, and head of the Cthulhu Cult Society. Yep. Is it just me, or does his mask look more like K2SO, in the movie? But I kind of went with his 1940s look mixed with today's standard for a more gothic look, and it looks really cool. Again, I'm not good with trench coats, I will admit this. But other than that, one of my favorite Hellboy villains comes to life. Ajax/Francis. Let's just call him Francis. Or better yet, Ed Shuriken. I kind of went with the original Ajax design, mixed in with today's standard. It's still Ed Shuriken's head with a stogie in his mouth. Actually, why do they call it a stogie anyway? It's kind of strange. But yeah, more armored based, but again, if they did this in Deadpool, this would have been interesting. But Ajax. Last but not least, Spawn's mortal enemy, the Violator. Evil clown, and yeah, this is a South Park version of Danny DeVito. I kind of colored it in with Violator's colors. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Out of all of the designs, this is by far the worst I've ever done. I will admit this. I love Danny DeVito, but it didn't really work out. But on the bright side, that was the other villains, and that is pretty much it. Well, I hope you had as fun as I did. It was actually kind of fun to do. I might do a sequel. I might do like another redesign. But you guys check it out at my DeviantArt page, where you guys can actually see my cool stuff and like see my cool artwork, all the things that I kind of like. So I do like to let you know that I really do appreciate your time watching this episode. So hopefully you like, comment, and hopefully subscribe. Happy trails.